my people? Double A here. Another episode of AAtalks. We here in Bronx Tale Studios. Once again, shout out Hector on the ones and twos, and we got a guest today. We got my guy Deme D in the building. How you doing, man? I appreciate you, making your way, from Jersey all the way out here. Definitely appreciate it, man.
No doubt. You already know I'm always in the building. Links in the building. You know how we do it.
Yes, sir. Links up. Yo, yesterday, man, I know a lot of people within the tri-state area, felt the earthquake, the earth shake. I didn't feel it personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know if you was in the midst,
Yeah, I felt that shit, B. I happened to be in the bathroom too. The mirror was shaking, the floor was shaking. I definitely felt that shit, and I was in disbelief though. I'm like,
because the thing is like rarely, if ever, do we get any earthquakes on this side. You know what I'm saying? Like the only one I remember was 2011. And it was just like a little tremor, a little shake, nothing too crazy, but it's like, just wow.
Yeah, I don't really remember that too though, but listen, we don't need that out here, B.
Definitely not.
Too many buildings out here for that.
Oh yeah, the New York City infrastructure, just imagine, Midtown Manhattan, downtown Manhattan, something like that happening.
Word.
So definitely, at least it wasn't, as they said, it was 4.8 and the origin was in New Jersey. And then that's where it just, spread out from there.
Jersey got some buildings too, though. So the whole tri-state. I hope this not no reoccurring thing, though.
Yeah, hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. Let's just pray for the best. So, Deme, once again, I appreciate you pulling up. One of the topics I wanted us to just break down today, right, was just how AI is just influencing, the music industry, and also influencing just, a lot of what we do day to day.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I see everybody just doing all type of different things. I haven't really dived into it as much, but I see they definitely pretty much just seem like they could jack anything and simulate anything.
Bro,
so
they literally, you can take Biggie's voice, put your lyrics out, put some lyrics on it, and you literally will hear Biggie's voice, rapping on the song. So, these are things that are happening now in real time.
And you can't tell what's real. I mean, certain shit, I guess, but it's like, it's going to take away from a lot of authenticity, yo, for real. It's going to have more whack artists because there's already a bunch of whack-ass artists. And this is just going to encourage more talentless people to be, to water down this lovely thing we call music.
Yeah. And I feel like music is like, from the essence, music is just creativity. Right. So now you're kind of just like,
It's robotic now.
Yeah.
It's like Suits. It's like the people in the office making the music. Nah, I ain't gonna say that though. Yeah, it's definitely robotic though. It's like it's supposed to be a piece of you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. In whatever sense, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be deep, in every aspect. It doesn't even have to be cool. Like sometimes it's just you're supposed to have a piece of you that could be relatable to somebody else that is in that lane or in that mind space you're in, or going through whatever it is you're going through, or aspiring to reach whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like a piece of you.
Yeah, but right now in this day and age, the social media age we're in, people just look at accessibility, man. People just want to get things done quick. Like Hector said when we was off air, we're not even in the microwave, era anymore. We in the nanosecond, millisecond, you know what I'm saying?
Right now.
Get it done right now.
Damn, that's old.
It just came out, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of the generation. I just feel the generation just wanting to just have access to things, at a quick rate,
Yeah. I mean, it's good and bad. You know how shit go, man. It's good and bad, but I kind of prefer less access. I guess I don't know, cause look, like J. Cole dropped, right? He dropped the album. People didn't have to put no effort. They're gonna listen to it, give their quick critique. They're gonna listen to it maybe once, give a critique like they studied it,
right?
And then it just moves on. And it's like it's hard to live now with a lot of this. The music doesn't live anymore. It's like
it really doesn't, and it doesn't resonate. It's pretty much repetitive. You hear the same thing going on. It's only a select few artists that I feel like are just really creative.
Yeah, that's why shout out to Cole. He dropped his joint. Might delete later, or something like that. Right. Butchering the name, but yeah, man. I don't know, man. This AI thing is only getting started too. Like
it's only. I mean, we only scratched the surface.
Yeah,
we literally only scratched the surface. So just imagine what it could be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. Like people really need to keep an eye on these things, because it's like
keep an eye on these things, yo.
People are like, hey, AI is cool, it's technology. You know what I'm saying? But really, there's a cause and effect for everything.
It's a cause and effect for everything.
So. I just, I won't say I'm excited to see. I'll say I'm interested to see how this changes the game over the next couple years.
I'm not excited about it. Yeah, I don't. It just gives, cause it's like people have a problem with how can I say it? Like people have a problem with accepting when someone's better than them at something. And it's like when we kind of talked about that off camera too. It's like when I was coming up, you just had to accept it or try harder. Now people want to, like AI is like allowing people, like I say, who don't really have no skills or talent musically, I guess, to come and manipulate shit and put themselves in the same conversation with people who really have really have talent. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just hope there's some way that the music industry really kind of. I don't know. I won't say just like alleviate it, but just find a way to really censor it so that, a lot of artists don't just, let's say, oh man, I got some lyrics, let me just put a AI voice over it or something like that.
Well, it's them that I'm worried about
the most, right?
Yeah, using it is the suits, it's the labels and the execs. They're the ones who want, because it's like they want anything, any way to try to cut out. You see, they tried to come out with that the animated rapper type shit. That shit flopped, but
big time,
you know what I'm saying? If they wanted it to work, if it worked, they would have tried to find a way to further, manipulate that or use that shit. I don't know, man. They want to cut us out the mix all the time. Always. We already know that when it comes to music, that we are like the majority.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much push the culture. We pretty much push the
even
culture,
they talking about the Afro beats is the latest. Okay, that's still us though. That's still black people.
Right.
So in the end, if they could find a way to cut us out, I don't see what would stop them from trying to do that.
I mean, that's just that's just the unfortunate part of things. You know what I'm saying? And also, just kind of segueing into this, I thought about this too. I was like, yo, if they're gonna use AI, and use it across the board, I mean, it's really gonna affect voice actors, you know what I'm saying, or people within that industry, because now,
I didn't even think about that.
Now instead of paying those voice actors, you'll just have AI write the script and then have AI read the script. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was that. Because was it Us in Franchise? We was talking about that, how they had the AI article. Like I didn't even know it was to that extent. I didn't know they actually writing articles and could write a script. Like I didn't know it was to that extent. That's crazy though.
It's
you see
wild,
what I'm saying?
Bro. Yeah, it's wild. Just how everything. It's just could change just everything. Not just music. Just the way we consume entertainment as a whole. AI is really like on the cusp of really changing that.
And then it's like, who determines the usage of this stuff? Like who determines how? Like who's putting this stuff together? These engineers and all of that that are not in these realms. Like,
I mean, it's really pretty much like you said. It's a lot of these engineers, and then to go even deeper,
they can't write articles or do music and all of this stuff. So of course they could care less about.
They can care less. You know what I'm saying? Robotic. It's just about pushing out content, pushing out material. That's all.
I guess they want to be cutting edge. You always gotta. You always gotta have something new, I guess,
Yeah, you could be cutting edge, but you still gotta be creative, you know what I'm saying? Still like have some originality, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really see that going on much,
No.
Yeah, so, it's just AI is just, I feel, gonna change the game. Not for the best.
Not for the best.
For the worst, Also, I've noticed, because AI is the future, right? Let's take a step back to the past. I've noticed now that people are really, you know, there's been a renaissance of people buying, you know, vinyls and you know, records and collecting them. Are you familiar with that movement?
Yeah, that's why I started the vinyl show, Digging with Deme on my YouTube channel. Go get a TV, you already know.
TV, check it out.
But yeah, so that's basically, I have a show where I have guests from DJs to artists or just enthusiasts or collectors, and they select 5 records from their collection. You know, I have 3 they just want to talk about. The 4th one is like, I call it a show off piece, and then the 5th is like a prize piece. So the reason why I started it, because I noticed that there was a community that's really interested in that, and that rappers were releasing vinyls as well for their new album. So that's what made me get into that.
Got you. So now for our viewers to get, you know, a better understanding of what you do, the vinyl show is just like a bit of what you do.
Yeah.
Let the people know, you know, a bit about your background, you know, and what made you a music aficionado.
I am Deme D. I'm from Brooklyn, Queens. You know what I'm saying? I've been a hip hop enthusiast basically all my life. It sounds crazy, but yeah. I'm a son of a DJ. Like, my dad was a DJ.
Dope.
Back in the 70s, and you know, he was into hip hop heavy as well. So he kind of passed on a lot of that experience and knowledge. He has a lot of vinyls as well. He was an aspiring artist back in the day. He has his own vinyl. So I got to witness all of that and be around all of that, and you know, I just took to it. I just love music overall. So like a couple of years back, I want to say 2018, you know, I started the platform because I wanted to be part of the whole culture, because you know, it's something I've been involved in. So I started a media platform.
Sure.
So, you know, I have debate desk, I do ciphers for artists, I do listening parties on the show, I host events, I put together events. I write articles now for a couple of upcoming websites to feature, you know, upcoming acts or artists that's on. I do interviews with acts that are in the industry as well. So I'm just trying to cover all aspects and highlight that there's still good music, good talent, and also rep New York, man. There's a lot of talent in New York. A lot of people sleeping on the city.
They sleeping on the city, but this is where it started. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's still a lot of talent out here. So.
And one thing I noticed is that, like, I feel like maybe back then, like in the 90s or whatnot, there was like regional differences. Like, you know, New York, boom bap, you know, Cali, that laid back, you know, low rider music. You know, Miami had that bass sound.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this is just what I'm, you know, outside looking in. I just feel like now we don't have those regional differences as we did, you know, before.
Nah, not really. It's kind of like an internet sound, you know, from like 2004 to, you know, around that time, like when the internet kind of took off. That's pretty much giving everyone's insight to each other. So all the new people, you know, they coming up off of that. They're not really coming up off DJs and mixtapes and shit like that. So yeah, it's kind of a unified sound. I mean, there's a lot of acts in New York though, that you can find. A
lot of underground acts too.
With the acts the sound that we like. As far as the other cities, I don't really know if they, you know, still holding. Like, there's a few Cali artists that sound like old school Cali.
Have that kind of, you know, laid back sound.
I mean, everybody sound like the radio.
You know, I just feel like that was dope, man. Being able to
was dope, though.
You know, regional differences, and like, yo, this person's from the Midwest, or from
put you on the shit too. Yeah. I mean, nah. I mean, it's a good and bad thing with that though. But yeah, one thing I do want to stress again though, that there is a lot of talent though in the game, in the industry, and on the come up as well. And in New York too, so you know what I mean. Stop sleeping for all the hip hop is dead people. You just gotta tap in a little more, and tap in with me to go get a TV if you need a little direction on that.
That's a fact. Because people just say hip hop is dead, but like, you know, nowadays with everything just, you know, we just oversaturated. You really gotta look. You really gotta look
it's
and
back to
find.
how it used to be.
You find diamonds in the rough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's back to how it used to be. Like, you know, before you had to find hip hop, you had to look for it. You had to wait at a certain time for it to come on the radio. You had to wait a certain time for it to come on TV. You could only see videos for 2 hours on TV. Like, you had to be a part of it, and that's the difference. Like, that's what people don't understand, why I can't discuss it with everybody.
Right.
Before it was, you had to be a part of this shit. Like, it's a lifestyle. It was, like I said, it's culture, and you didn't just stumble upon shit. You had to go to the store to go get that album. You had to go to the concert to the listening signing events. You had to order shit in the mail. You had to do shit to be a part of it. So it's like,
to be a part of the culture.
yeah, that's why people don't look at it the same, and that's why there's a disconnect now, because they don't have to really do all of that.
So now, what would you say was, you know, the best era of, you know, hip hop, rap, you know, what would you say is the best era?
I mean, we talking about the music itself, or just everything included?
Just, you know, hip hop is a culture, so, you know, not just the music, but the fashion and just like, you know, all of that in one.
Well, you know, salute and much respect, but we know it's definitely not 80s fashion, so I can't say the 80s, but salute to the 80s for, you know, starting it off, setting it off. Oh man, that's a tough one, man. I don't know, cause I'm not a 90s junkie. Like, I love the 90s. I'm not even gonna say I'm not a 90s junkie. I'm not a nothing tops the 90s guy.
Okay.
So it's like, it's hard for me, cause I love the 2000s too.
Even 2000s as well.
Yeah, I love the 2000s. I've been liking the last couple of 5 years. I'm gonna have to say, yo, I said all of that just to say probably the late 90s, man. That's probably the best time, because just the amount of control that a lot of artists were starting to get. They were starting to become businessmen, starting to become moguls. They were starting labels. They were extending it to other artists, putting their people they knew on, putting their friends on, maybe for better or for worse. But you know, they spread. The culture started to spread. They started to at least reap a little benefits from it. Maybe that's like the beginning of the end. But yeah, that's dope to see that everybody was getting money and getting respect. Rap was getting respect, you know what I mean?
And you know what? Rap became more commercialized.
That's
at
what I
that
mean.
time,
It was getting more respect, more views, more part of different concerts, part of different shows. So, you know, respect to that. Right. So I'm gonna say late 90s.
Late 90s, early 2000s, within that realm. Yeah. That definitely is dope, man. So now, let's say on your platform now, what should people look forward to see, you know, in terms of people that you're gonna bring on an interview, or, you know, what's the niche? What's your target audience?
Well, like I mentioned, that people who are part of it, I'm not really aiming at casuals. I get into a lot of debates with people when they be like, oh, you should do this, or, oh no, they're not gonna watch. I'm like, that's not who I'm aiming at, though. I'm not really aiming at casuals. The way you expand is definitely to get casuals, but right now I'm working on the authenticity and separating myself from these other platforms. I need people to understand that I'm not just a talking head. Right. Like, this is my shit. This is what I live and breathe. Everyone that knows me, this is what I'm known for. Mm-hmm. So it's not an act. It's not a costume. And I personally, sometimes we'll even be having meetings, you know, we'll be having, and we'll just segue into just, you know, a topic of music, and we'll just, you know what I'm saying? Just get it in. So no, I definitely could vouch that, you know, this man, when it comes to, you know, hip hop music, you know, he's definitely an aficionado. That I could say. Yeah, I mean, and I just wanted a genuine platform that is not just wave riding and that actually listens to music or assesses talent. So, you know, I just wanted a platform. Well, it started off me just want to discuss music. That's what I started off with, the debate desk. So I did that for like 2 years, and then, you know, I had varying guests, from DJs just to other people who love music, some artists, and we sit at the table and just have different topics. So then I expanded, though, to doing ciphers, because, you know, I wanted to highlight artists coming up, doing interviews. And so it's all hip hop related. So if you come to the channel, it's basically going to be hip hop. It's going to be the culture. Like I said, I have vinyl shows. It's all guest based, you know. So every show has a guest. It's going to feature all people who are authentic, people who love the culture as well, real artists, people who are dedicated too. Like, there's not, I don't feature anyone who's playing around. Yeah, no, I feel you on that 100%. Every show and platform is an artist that, at least in the moment, or they have a track record of, you know, consistency, dedication, and, you know. This is the craft. This is what they do. Yeah, they focused. You know? So yeah, just the variant that's what you're gonna find, man. That hip hop content, you're gonna find my bubbly, sparkling personality. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nah, but yeah, man, I just try to build another platform, another outlet for people from someone who's part of the culture. Gotcha. Somebody who's just trying to do some clickbait shit. Just trying to, you know, jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, you know what I mean? Jump on the wave or whatever's hot at the moment, or, you know, because that's another thing. I don't do any pop Commentary is is none of that. It's all music. So if you tap into the channel, follow me on Twitter, you're gonna see that it's all music. It's all music, man.
So, on the topic of, let's say, contemporary music, I know you mentioned Cole earlier. Who's another artist that, of this time that you're really like, yeah, man, his music is dope. I could resonate with him or her.
Well, I'm still in it like this is 1980 and it's Big Daddy Kane and it's Rakim and it's Heavy D, and in the 90s it's Mobb
That's
Deep.
Hector's era right there, man.
Yeah, so I say that to say that I'm still in it like there's so much different talent I listen to. So for me, it's not like everybody else where there's like, oh, there's nobody out. I listen to a lot of people. I listen to a lot of rap still. Like right now, I listen to Rome Streets. Obviously, there's Griselda, but I listen to Rome Streets. And remember, I'm interviewing these people as well.
Right.
That's how I'm.
So it's like you're building a rapport.
That's how I know who's in the loop. But yeah, I want to shout out Jay Skis. Jay Skis is Conway's artist. He's an incredible artist, Jay Skis, who just dropped. I want to shout out people who just dropped though. Damn it. My guy, the Mussolini. ST Knack, like these are people that people might, if you're in tune, then the names will be familiar. If not, they won't really be familiar. But that's what I really listen to right now. A lot of Rome Streets, a lot of ST Knack. I know I'm forgetting a lot of people, but
right.
Yeah,
like you said, you listen to a lot.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of people.
Wide range.
There's somebody I'm mad that I'm forgetting though. I said Jay Skis, they just dropped too, but. Even upcoming artists, man. I mean, salute to my guy, 100 Grand Royce, people like that. Know It All. These are people that I've watched them progress from starting out to now, building an actual fan base. Like I've never gotten a chance to really see that with my own two eyes. Like usually you just see the artist,
right, and
then you might see them get bigger, but you didn't see how they got to the point where you saw them at. So that's been dope. Like I'm seeing these guys.
It's always dope to see the journey.
Yeah,
it's always dope to see the journey,
Two of them is going on tours. They opening up for. I'm like, wow, it really can happen.
It can. People think
they're not on it, but they're in position.
Yeah, but they're in position. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's the thing. When you keep in the traction, you keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You're eventually gonna reach somewhere. Some people are just like, man, I don't see nothing happening, so I'm gonna just, But the more you keep pushing,
you do want to see some progress, and you should gauge proper progress.
Yes,
it shouldn't be. It should be realistic. It shouldn't be some far-fetched IG shit now, because everybody's reality is based on IG now. So, but yeah, man,
that's true, man.
Yeah, so yeah, I just want to highlight the actual talent, the culture, the music. Of course, it's swaggy and it's fun on there too, especially on the debate. That's where I really could just get to be me, because all the other stuff is me basically interviewing people or right. Highlighting them. So yeah, we just have yeah, man. So and like I said, I host events. And now I've been writing. I'm not a journalist, but I've been writing articles, basically just highlighting the artists too, talking about their album releases, things like that. Yeah, what they got going on, and a little back history.
So once again, Deme, appreciate you pulling up. Before you leave, I want you to drop your social and where people can follow you and be able to watch your platform.
No doubt. No, at this point, man, everything is the Go Getter TV. So that's all you got to put in. Deme D. Everything will come up. I'm Googleable, and everything is under the platform. I'm on Twitter heavy. So if you want to have daily, hip hop convos and music talk, I'm there.
Dope. Appreciate you, man. Once again, shout out Deme in the building. Shout out Hector on the ones and twos. Once again, Bronx Tale Studios, AAtalks. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Peace.
Cheers.